Welcome back. Of course, it's the Daybreak Africa. If you're just joining us, you've joined the most interesting program on television. This morning, we'll be talking about the Rivers State political crisis, mass resignation before Fubara's cabinet, further unrest in party. Who else to do justice to a very wonderful topic as this before us is our own very own analyst in the studio here, so a person of Sam Olorunfemi. A very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
This is the festive season. Last time I was here, I had you guys on show. So I think let me be smiling. I know that something will pop in this.
I was already doing that the moment I saw you in the studio.
Of course. Micheal is there to handle everything.
I trust you guys.
Every conspiracy. God help me.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Delving into the discourse proper for today, we have River State politics crisis, and then we have 27 lawmakers in Fubara's cabinet said to be loyal to the current minister for FCT. Let's say they defected to the All Progressive Party from People's Democratic Party, and this is as from their own perspective. They said it is according to the fact that the party, that's PDP, is currently divided. So what's your own point on this?
Well, Angela, I think it will be interesting to start to lay the background this issue, because we know what's playing out in Rivers is the issue of a fight between a godfather and a godson. Godfatherism is not new to our political system in Nigeria. As far back as 1960, when you trace the history back, Ahmadu Bello, Awolowo, and Nnamdi Azikiwe. In fact, record has it that it was even late Ojukwu that even sponsored Zik to become the first Governor General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And since then, we've been having a year of back and forth between godfather and godson. And if we to go from the start of this republic, 1999, you start from Oyo State between late Adedibu and late Lam Adesina. From there you go to Lagos between the current president and Akinwumi Ambode. From there, can move to Osun State between Oyetola and Aregbesola. And I think it has now become a kind of series now, started from Oyetola and Aregbesola in Osun. From there we moved to Obaseki and Felix Tribal in Edo. From there we moved down to Ondo State between Akeredolu and Ayedatiwa. Now we are moving from Ondo State now. We are moving to River State between Wike, the current minister of FCT, and Sim Fubara, the governor of River State. And to me, this issue of godfatherism, the fight between godfather and godson, is always counterproductive. It's not good as far as politics in Nigeria is okay. But can we rule out godfatherism in our political system in Nigeria? I've been asked this question several times, and the answer is no. We can't rule it out because the reason is clear. Under our law, constitution, when you want to vie for a particular position, the stand of the constitution is very clear. Basically we have 4 steps. Whether you want to become a governor, president, or constitution is very clear. First step, you have to meet that 4 requirements. Number 1, a citizen of Nigeria by birth. Second, that one doesn't talk about godfatherism. Second one is talking about age. Governor, 35 years of age. President, 40 years of age. Senator, 35 years. House of Rep, 40 years. House of Assembly, 26 years. That one doesn't talk about godfatherism. But the one that talks about godfatherism is the one that Constitution says that if you want to run, you must run under a political party. And that party must be the one to sponsor your election. Then the 4th one is talks about certificate qualification. So these are the 4 requirements for anybody that want to run to any political office in Nigeria. But the one that is causing problem today is the issue of you must run under a political party. And that party must be the one to sponsor your election. So that's why the issue of godfatherism moving into our political system in Nigeria. Now, going to what is happening or what is playing out in River State. If I'm not mistaken, I think when this issue started, the FCT minister granted an interview where he let us to understand that all political office holders in Rivers State, that he was the one that bought their ticket. I don't know how true is that, but he claimed, and none of them is yet to come out to refute that particular statement, that no, Governor Wike did not buy ticket for me in 2023 when I was vying for a political office. So he made us to understand that all of them, governor, the 3 senators, about 11 or 12 House of Representative members, and 32 House of Assembly members. Governor Wike said that he bought their forms for them. So it shows that today we are talking about a political godfather in Rivers State. You can't be talking about Governor Nyesom Wike, former governor of that particular state. So that thing has been there since 1999. A fight between a godson and a godfather. And where we normally have this godfather playing out in our politics is that by the time you want to participate in maybe in any election, you are vying for any particular office, you see some people sponsoring your election. They will tell you that, Micheal, Angela, don't worry, I will sponsor your election, I will give you money, you want to buy form, I will buy form for you, campaign, don't worry, I will take over your campaign, jingle, TV, radio station, billboards, and so on and so forth. They do it for you. And you will be happy that here you have someone backing you up. At the end of the day, by the time you get there, you see that these people will be the one dictating, telling you what to do and not to do. And one thing that normally plays out is that there's no how a godfather will dictate that this is what to do, that we align with your own mode of action. Because when you are coming to office, let's just peg our example on issue of governors now and their godfathers. You know, when you come to office, it is banned on you as a governor to have your own structure, to have your own agenda, to have a kind of route that you want your governors to tailor towards. But you see that godfathers will come telling you, do this, do that. Let me give you a clear example. In Osun State, Adebola was there for 8 years. The immediate Prime Minister of Interior from Osun State was there for 8 years. When he was coming, he single-handedly brought Oyetola, the former governor of Osun State, to succeed him. He succeeded him. But what did we see after that? In fact, it's not up to a year when this crisis between him and Adebola just came up. And Oyetola started with the issue of trying to reform the educational system in Osun, because when Adebola was there, he merged all schools together, whether you are a boys' school, girls' school, he merged everything that generated crisis there. So when Oyetola got to office, he reformed the process. That was the genesis between Oyetola and Adebola. Now in Rivers State, we all know that it was Wike that brought Fubara to become. I'm not here to speak for Wike or Fubara now. I'm just saying what is in media, what is in space. It was Wike that brought Fubara to become the governor of Rivers State. I think I was here during a governorship election. I was here with Angela and I think with Ezekiel, if I'm right now, during the governorship election now. And I was talking about how Wike will be able to retain PDP for national PDP in Rivers election. And I was like, no, during that election, we saw G5 and so on and so forth, and we saw crisis in PDP when Atiku was giving the ticket, you understand now. And when you look at Rivers politics, it has been issue of fight between godfather and godson. When Peter Odili was there in 1999, so now we didn't hear much from that place. When Amaechi came on board, there was this fight between Amaechi and Peter Odili. Amaechi succeeded Peter Odili, even though in 2007 governorship election in Rivers State, it was election Omea that Odili tried to throw his weight behind. At the end of the day, PDP freed Celestine Omea. He won the election. Amaechi went to court to challenge the primary that produced Celestine Omea. At the end of the day, Supreme Court aligned with Amaechi. That was how Amaechi became the governor of Rivers State in 2007. And after that, there was this crisis between Amaechi and Peter Odili, the former governor of that particular state. When Amaechi was leaving in 2015, Nyesom Wike came over. You see now. At the end of the day, Wike won that particular election. And we saw crisis between Wike and Rotimi Amaechi in Rivers State, to a point that Wike made Rivers politics difficult for Amaechi to come in. At the end of the day, Wike got the hold of Rivers politics under his arm. And when Wike was leaving in 2023, It brought that nobody, if I'm right, no people didn't hear much about Fubara when Wike was here, but we made to know that what happens to be maybe a Accountant General, someone around financial activities of Rivers State when Wike was the governor. So he brought Fubara to office. That this is my choice. Vote. In fact, during the campaign season, we didn't hear much from Fubara. It was Wike that championed the campaign, going to this place, to that place. At the end of the day, Fubara won the election. He defeated Toyekon of APC and Magnus Abbey of SDP. And you see that prior to that, particular after Fubara becoming the governor of Rivers State, he's not even appointed his own commissioner. He continued using commissioners used by Wike when Wike was in office. So up to today, we still don't know the genesis of this crisis between Wike and Fubara. What we are hearing is that Wike is talking about that Fubara want to destroy the structure that he laid down when he was leaving the government house or the governors of Rivers State. So we don't know what really happened. Don't forget that this crisis is not new. There was a time that Mr. President called them to Abuja. The way Mr. President called our people here in Ondo State to Abuja. So at that particular time, we were thinking that all these back and forth crisis between Wike and Fubara would be put abated. But what we didn't see, we saw 27 lawmakers defected from PDP to APC. And what I've never seen in my life happened in Rivers. For a state assembly to put down, I've never seen such in my life. What we saw in Edo was when Obaseki, in fact, removed the House of Assembly roof. In Edo said that they want to do renovation. In Ogun State in 2015, when Amosun was leaving, and there was crisis between him and Daku Abiodun, Amosun went to block House of Assembly, put a lot of things there that they are renovating the house. But the one that happened in Rivers State, for you to have put down a whole structure, because don't forget that when this crisis started, we were told that the house was bombed. No, I wasn't there, but we were told that the House of Assembly was bombed. So the government now hiding on that the structure is not that strong again. Was that why the government put down the whole structure of House of Assembly? So all this crisis in Rivers State, to me, it's not new in our system. But going forward in politics, we ought to have gone beyond this level. Exactly. Between the governor and his successor.
Exactly where I want to come in now. Looking at the situation which you made mention of the burning down of the government house, it was burned, as you said, it was in the news. And now the pulling down everything which you said you've never heard of before.
I've never.
Now there are a lot of things in the news, especially talking about the impeachment. Which is a song that is on the lips of a lot of people now. What is going to happen? How is going to be speculations. Now, looking at the situation of impeachment, I'm very sure there are some criteria to be met before a governor can be impeached.
Exactly.
So now, talking about these criteria, do you think, on that note, Governor Fubara has done anything wrong to be a person to be out? Especially also thinking about the 27 cabinet member that has defected to another party.
Micheal, go back to history. Lagata did not do anything wrong when he was impeached in Oyo State by lawmakers loyal to late Adedibu. In Plateau State, Joshua Darige did not do anything wrong when he was impeached by a few lawmakers in Plateau State. So it's not new in our political system where you see some lawmakers, see somewhere. In fact, currently, don't forget that currently now, Rivers House of Assembly is being divided now. We have maybe about 5 now being loyal to Governor Fubara, about 27, and they are holding their plenaries in different settings. So democracy in Rivers State now is bleeding, and we must rise to save democracy in Rivers State. If not, Section 11 will come to play. What we have in Section 11 is that in a place where the State House of Assembly unable to meet, National Assembly will take over. It's not new. That's what we have in Section 11 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Because we have 5 now, and don't forget again, before I go to that, again, what I've never seen again, apart from pulling down the whole structure, Mr. President presented the 2024 appropriation bill to only 5 lawmakers. Within 48 hours, that bill was passed. Between about 42 hours, Mr. Governor assented to 2024 appropriation bill of Rivers State, unprecedented in the history of passing appropriation bill, because that thing is in stages. You pass it, we go to first reading, second reading, then you commit it to committee of house, then you allow each ministry maybe ministry of works will come and defend. Ministry of information will come, like what is playing out at the National Assembly. You know what is playing out at the National Assembly now? Each ministry now, they are coming now to defend their budget. Last week, the Inspector General of Police was there to defend the budget going to the Nigerian police force. But what did we see in Rivers State? You presented a budget, within 48 hours, the budget was passed. Within few hours later, the budget was assented to. No commissioner to come and defend the budget. So all this thing, to me, is an insult on our democracy. And it happens to be the issue of a fight between the godfather, proposed godfather, and the godson. So on the issue of impeachment we are talking about, Micheal, Section 188 is very clear on the issue of when you want to remove a governor or a deputy governor. That's the only section that talks about removing of a governor and a deputy governor coming from the State House of Assembly. Section 189 talks about when the governor is highly incapacitated. That one will come from the executive. We are not looking at Section 189 now. We are looking at Section 188. That 188 talks about gross misconduct. And when you look at the gross misconduct under Section 188, it's very huge. They can go to any minds to say that, oh, Mr. President, Mr. Governor, you've violated Section 188 under gross misconduct. So that's speculation now in the media or around the way that it's possible for the fashion of a governor Wike's House of Assembly, because Wike is having his own House of Assembly members. Fubara is having own House of Assembly members. That of Fubara, there are 5. And when you look at law, when you look at High Court in Rivers State, I think High Court in Rivers State try to recognize the fashion of Governor Fubara to be the authentic speaker. And when you have the authentic speaker, it shows that those members align with the speaker happens to be the authentic House of Assembly in Rivers State. So the other fashion of the house that are loyal to Governor Wike, they are not recognized by the court according to what we have in Rivers State. So there's more crisis in Rivers State. So in prevention, those loyal to Governor Wike, the 27 lawmakers loyal to Governor Wike, if possible, they move for the impeachment of Governor Fubara. It's possible not to stand. And the reason is because court, Angela, sorry, court did not recognize their own fashion. Court only recognized the fashion of lawmakers that are loyal to Governor Fubara, and these are the lawmakers that governor presented the 2024 appropriation bill before, and they were the one that passed it into law. So anything that those lawmakers loyal to Governor Wike will do in terms of impeachment, it's possible to be illegality under the law.
When it comes to the defection of these 27 lawmakers to another party, it is now expected that the seat is vacant. Yes. Now, when it comes down to the constitution, and I think demands has been made by the PDP telling INEC to go and conduct a by-election in order to fill up those spaces in the house. So, will you? Some other people are still saying that there's possibility that these people are still to be retained in the house. So, what do you think about this?
Angela, under Section 109, Subsection 1G of the Nigerian 1999 Constitution as amended, Section 109, Subsection 1G talks about when a lawmaker who became a lawmaker under a political party and defected before the expiration of his tenure, that the law says that such particular lawmaker or lawmakers, as the case may be, will lose their seat. But when you go further, people don't go further. When you go further, the law says that you can. The law doesn't say that you cannot defect. The law says that you can defect, but when you want to defect, there must be a particular thing that will make you to defect. Number one, there must be crisis in your political party. There must be division in your political party. There must be a kind of scenario. Maybe some people are waging war against you in your political party. Maybe they don't want you to move forward. Then you have reason to defect. No, that's what the law says. And when the speaker was reading the letter of the defected lawmakers, they clearly stated that because of the crisis in their party, that is why they are moving from PDP to the APC. Now, the question is, what's not the crisis in their political party? They are the one to come out and explain to us. But you see, Angela, our problem in Nigeria is not by law. Our problem is in Nigeria is allow the law to take its course. Don't forget recently, the federal lawmaker, senator, representing in a win north or in a win south, I can't get to the senator, defected from YPP to the APC. So the fashion of our lawmakers in Nigeria is not new. We were in this country when Saraki, the Senate president, defected from APC to the PDP. We were in this country in 2014 when Aminu Tambuwa, the former speakers of Rep, former governor of Sokoto State, now senator representing Sokoto State, defected from PDP to APC, period to 2015 general election. We were in this country. In fact, go to Kogi State. Senator Dino Melaya and Senator Adeyemi, both of them have been moving from PDP to APC. When Smart was in APC, Dino was in PDP. When Dino crossed to the PDP, Smart moved to APC. So it has been there. And when you look at our law, it is only that particular arm of government, legislation, that arm projected to see that, okay, a lawmaker from move from one particular seat to another. So what the law says is that there must have been a crisis in your political party for you to say that you want to move from this party to another. So any lawmaker or lawmakers that moved from one political party to another before the expiration of their time, according to section 109, subsection 1G, you are bound to lose that seat. But hey, Angela, the question is, how many seats have been declared vacant since 1999? How many seats? None. In fact, when this happened in Rivers State, someone called my attention. I said, what did I say? I said, that put me on record. I don't see INEC declaring the seat of these lawmakers vacant. I said, have me on record. I don't see that. Because our law is very, up to now, we've never had INEC say anything about that particular place. Because immediately that happened, I read the press release by Debo Ologbuagba, the public secretary of PDP. He released a press release that INEC, because it's only INEC under the law that can declare their seat vacant. Nobody. PDP cannot declare their seat vacant. Speaker cannot declare their seat vacant. Even if the speaker should declare their seat vacant, it's only the INEC under our law that can say that, okay, a particular seat has been declared vacant, then we need to conduct election in these particular constituencies. Some people mistakenly are trying to balance what happened, what is going on in Rivers with what happened in Edo. No! When you look at what happened in Edo during Obagiri, you know, those lawmakers did not come for proclamation of the house. You know, we had some lawmakers during the second regime of this Obagiri that they were not sworn at all to become the lawmakers in Edo, because they did not come for proclamation of the house. They were like, how would Governor Obagiri proclaim the house at the middle of the night? And in our law doesn't give any time that a governor can proclaim the house 1 a.m. It's at your discretion. In fact, the swearing we are talking about, governor can say that, let my swearing be done at 9 p.m. So nobody should equate what is happening in Rivers State with what we saw in Edo State. It's a clear different ball game. But what I'm saying is that it is high time for us to allow our law to take its course. And that was, you know, the last time I was here about Ondo State, I said it, that under our law, section 1 and section 2 is talking about when you don't see a governor more than 21 days, you don't hear from him, automatically the house must allow the deputy governor to come in that capacity. That's what we saw recently now. Allow the governor to hard. So if we want to go by our laws, those seats ought to have been declared vacant. But again, we question the independence of National Electoral Commission in Nigeria. How independent is INEC itself? But when those people, when they were defecting, they made reference to that there's crisis in their political party. So can they come out and tell us the crisis in the party? Or are they referring to crisis that ensued before the 2023 general election between their master Wike and Atiku Abubakar? When they are making reference to that, and we agree with them, because we all are aware that before the 2023 presidential election, there was crisis in PDP that led to you of G5 governors moving from one place to another, and Atiku going with his fashion. So automatically, if they want to leverage on that, there's crisis in the party. And when you look at just completed election in Imo State, don't forget that the national secretary of the party ran in Imo State, but he lost. So people are talking about when he was going, I don't think he resigned properly. So they can as well leverage on that. But the question is, do we have crisis in PDP in Rivers State? Or do we want to leverage on the ongoing crisis between the governor and former governor of the state? So that's why I said that our law is so big, so they can leverage on those crises, that there is crisis between the governor and the leader of the party in Rivers State. So reason we are moving from this political party to another, and because politicians are very smart, Angela, they will tell you that Wike is still in PDP. So not because that Wike has moved to APC, that's why we are moving to APC.
That's where I'm coming to exactly. Yes, we know that PDP has not yet come out to say there is crisis. In fact, they are saying there is no crisis.
Exactly.
In the party. However, when we talk about Minister Wike on his own path, somehow we see there are speculations that he's already running in two parties. Although we know that he's the card holder of the PDP, but we also see. Okay, now we're talking about lawmakers who are loyal to him, defecting to APC. Yes. So why should they be loyal to him and defecting to another party if their master, as you call him, is not also working hand in hand with the other party? So
let me put it this way: their master is in PDP, but is working for APC.
So is it supposed to be allowed according to our constitution?
It's not new. Let me give you a brother check. I love history very well. When Obasanjo became the president in 1999, late Attorney General of the Federation, Obagiri, ran under AD to become the president, but did not win. He lost the ticket to Olufalaye at the primary. Olufalaye contested with Baba Obasanjo in 1999. Even though in 1999 in Southwestern region, Olufalaye cleared the 6 states: Lagos State, Ogun State, Osun State, Oyo State, Ondo State, and Ekiti. In fact, Obasanjo did not even win Ogun State, the way Tinubu did not win Lagos State in this election. But after the election, when Obasanjo was sworn in, when he became the president, he appointed Late Obagiri from AD to become the Attorney General of the Federation under PDP government. So all what is playing out is not new. And the law doesn't say that if Angela is the president and Micheal, if Angela is the president under Party A and Micheal maybe is in Party B, the law doesn't say that you can't feed Micheal to be your minister. That's what the law doesn't say that. What the law says that at least a state shall be well represented at the Federal Executive Council. Not by political party, not by religion, not by culture.
Let's not also forget the fact that during before the just concluded general elections, we saw where the issue of Wike and Atiku Abubakar, how it's played out in the party. And we see Wike taking certain decisions and even stating it out that there is nothing that can be done, but nobody can question
he said that he has invested more than anybody in the PDP.
So is he trying to say that?
I have to give him that. I'm not here speaking for Wike. Since 1999, Wike has never defected from PDP to another political party. Atiku moved in 2007 out of PDP under Obasanjo when he wanted to become the president. He moved to AD. He ran under AD to become the president. He did not win. He moved back to PDP. He left again. Atiku has been moving from one political party to another. And that's why we can say that Atiku come. Since 1998, when PDP was formed, I've never for once moved after this party. You were the one moving from one political party to another. I've forgotten that prior to 2015 general election, when Atiku was not giving the ticket, when Jonathan was giving the ticket, Atiku moved to the APC. So that's what we can say, that you in PDP have invested in this party more than you do. So today now, we can still in PDP, but it's a minister under APC. And that's why I'm saying that the law doesn't say that when you are a PDP president, you can not appoint anybody from SDP to be your minister.
All right,
so under the law, we have never violated any right. But to me, I think we are talking about moral standard, like what Honorable Minister of Power did now, Adelabu. He was appointed under Accord to become a minister. Recently now, he has defected from Accord to the APC. So, Angela, this person now going to the PDP, whether Wike is bigger than PDP, that one is, I'm not a PDP member.
Exactly my
That
question.
one is for the PDP. So let's see how, but under the law, Angela, the law doesn't say that if you want to appoint your ministers, that must be people within your political parties. You can go outside, but what the law said that at least each state must be well represented at the Federal Executive Council, and Wike is representing the good people of Rivers State. But my point is here, the crisis in Rivers State between Wike and Fubara, we must find an end to it. Wike was the one that fought Obaseki in Edo and Oshiomhole that no godfatherism must stop in the state.
Exactly where I want to come in. We are really out of time. We are really out of time. But now, due to the speculations really going on, Wike came out to defend and also made a statement that what is happening between him and Fubara is purely political. Now, he said this in the statement: if I demand 20 billion naira from the state, or when I was the governor, if I awarded the contract to myself, it's purely political. Now, looking at it, also, Governor Fubara said earlier that the situation is between father and son, but also came out in recent time and said he will not allow the state to fall to blackmail. Now, this situation really going on outside of godfatherism we are looking at, but now we can claiming that this is political, and also with the statement of Governor Fubara, what do you think is really playing out?
It's pure politics between the duo. It's pure politics. It's like we can still want to be controlling Rivers State, which is totally wrong.
That's why he also said that
you can't be in Abuja and be controlling Rivers State. It's wrong.
He has a structure.
Wike did not allow that to happen when he became governor in 2015. He did not allow Amechi to even have the control of any local government. So when you did not allow this to happen during your tenure, allow Fubara to continue becoming the governor of Rivers State. We can't continue with this way of godfatherism. And that's what I was saying, that in Edo, he fought Oshiomhole in support of Obaseki, that godfatherism must stop. What Wike is playing out is political godfatherism that will end the jeopardy, that will destroy the political structure in Rivers State. But to me again, because I'm trying to do both sides, Fubara is just playing it, because when people were signing the agreement, we're not there. You have to know Wike. You allow Wike to sponsor you. We did not hear about that. You allowed Wike to buy phone for you. We were not there. You allowed Wike to campaign for you. We were not there. So when the crisis is there, Fubara has to keep to himself and settle the score between him and Wike, because this thing is there. You have to know that when someone said that you want to sponsor your election, you have to know that something must be in return. But what I'm saying is that I'm highly concerned about the people of Rivers State who took their time to stand under the sun, who took their time to leave their various homes. These are the things that is causing voter apathy. I'm telling you.
You said you should settle things with Wike.
Yes.
But now let's look at it. What if the demands of the master is going to affect the sanity and the health of the state? Being that the governor has stepped into the shoes and he has seen the situation really going on, and it's really like, I don't want to go that way. Or understand agreement is there, but what about the wealth and the sanity of the state?
You see, Micheal, on this, I'm not here to defend Wike. Neither am I here to defend Fubara. But what I'm saying is that Fubara should know that governance is beyond someone sponsoring your election and you think it's easy. It's not easy. The head and wear the crown. It's not easy. But what I'm saying is that, see, it is good to be wise in politics. To me, all this crisis is too early for the two. It's too early for the two. Allow things to go the way it's supposed to go. Then come together. Let them settle this cause. So if Fubara is claiming that what Wike is demanding, in fact, is removing hair now from his head and is just making his head now to be off his neck, then why can't you resign the office and go away? Yes, I'm saying this clear on TV. Resign and go. Politics is not easy the way people are looking at it. Do you think it will be easy? When the governor was moving you from one place to another, Fubara has to have learned between Atiku and Wike. You have to have learned a lesson from that particular place, because this crisis that is going on in Rivers State, if we did not step in on time, is capable of collapsing the political structure of Rivers State. So people must allow now to wade in now, allow this fight now to be put abated. But what I'm saying is that I'm concerned about the citizens of Rivers State, because there is a saying that where two elephants fight, the grass that suffers. If this crisis will continue, look at the taxpayers' money used to build state assembly. Now put down now. You are not going to use another taxpayers' money now to reconstruct the edifice. It's not a small amount of money. Huge amount of money will be spent to rebuild that particular edifice. So I think they should settle this cause between both of them. Politics is not that easy. Only those who are into it will understand the game very well. It's not easy. So they should amend his way between him and his godfather. Wicked should amend his way between him and his godson. They should allow governance to set it in a place where you have a divided House of Assembly. It's so that governance is divided. It's so that development is divided. It's so that progress is divided. Every day, what we are hearing from Rivers now is a crisis, crisis, crisis. The way we were hearing crisis, crisis, impeachment, forge of signature, blah, 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 in Ondo State. Before I hear that we are now given the opportunity now to be in acting capacity. That's not what people of Rivers State voted for in 2015. That's what people campaign that you will give in returns to the people of Rivers State. For how long are we going to continue playing on the intelligence of the electorate? You get to office, a fight will start between a godfather and a godson. At the end of the day, activities, governance will be paralyzed. So to me, it's uncalled for in our politics. So the two should sit together and settle the scores between them so that governance in Rivers State can move forward. We ought to have gone beyond this issue of shenanigans and in such an embarrassing moment between someone calling himself godfather and some people calling themselves godson. For what for? In our politics. If they are not capable, they leave a particular place. You should know, you that were coming, that I want to become a governor. I want to be that an agreement must have been signed before the man will say that I will sponsor your election. See, let me tell you, I've worked with politicians. Before they agree to sponsor you, the agreement must have been signed. I will work for you, I will do this, but when you get there, you have to do this in return. So you can't get in and say that you want to play a very smart game. Smart what? It will not work out. It won't work out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
I
hope that they actually take to coming together to settle this issue.
That will be the best for the good people of Rivers State. Let them come
quite
together.
Detrimental to the state's welfare.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Micheal and Angela, for having me once again.
And now to our viewers, thank you for coming, joining us on Daybreak Africa. And this is what we'll be handing you over to our Lagos station. Do stay tuned. See you again next time. I am Angela Daku.
I would say Nigeria is a beautiful place, as I always say. We have our differences, but of course we are going to put things together and make things work. I remain Micheal Obagiri.